feel amazing. NMSU's up by 26. It's a great day to be an Aggie, baby. Let's go.
So you can see how excited they are. Fans are, they're pumped. Thanks, Ryan. High school football season is already coming to a close. It feels like it just started, but right behind me I have the Alexander Bulldogs. Thanks, Ryan. I'm here right now. We have a big game tonight here in the city. We have the United Longhorns taking on the San Antonio Stevens Falcons. I have both teams warming up behind me right now as they prepare for this playoff game. We're here at Coronado High School. The Thunderbirds host Pebble Hills. Tensions are high tonight for these two teams because this game determines who makes it to playoffs and who will be at home watching. It was a frustrating game for a lot of UTEP fans tonight. The La Tech Bulldogs beat the UTEP Miners 42-21 tonight, dropping the Miners' overall record to 1-6. Water, it's essential. Those kiddos who have speech problems or can't hear very well, she recommends to use a mask where you could see your lips or to use a face shield. Hop in our cars and get on about our day. Whether you walk or bike, Lil says to always be aware, and when you cross the street, always use the crosswalk. And if there is no sidewalk, go the direction towards traffic. We decided to go to Alpha Western Wear ourselves to see what they had to say. Welcome back. I'm Michaela Romero, and let's get on to sports. Good morning, Laredo. Let's get our day started with some sport.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Friday Sports Extra. I'm Ryan Bailey.
And I'm Michaela Romero. Coming up tonight, a battle of state-ranked teams right here in the Gateway City. Plus, Laredo ISD making a big announcement when it comes to their early spring sports schedule. We'll be right back with more KGNS News.
Shopping was the way to go after the pandemic hit. To avoid contact with the public, people turned to the World Wide Web to surf for their items. But that comes with a risk. Our Michaela Romero spoke to a business that's getting a bad rap on unfulfilled orders. Michaela.
The Better Business Bureau has released this document stating that Laredo-based Alpha Western Wear is under investigation by the Better Business Bureau for allegedly not fulfilling customers' orders, among other complaints.
Alpha Western Wear, with locations in Laredo and San Antonio, became the focus of investigation by BBB after the company received a large volume of complaints and negative reviews from consumers all across the country since May of this year.
Over the past 5 months, the BBB says they have received nearly 150 complaints and reviews from consumers in 40 different states, with the majority of them coming from Texas. Many customers complaining of unfulfilled or incorrect orders, and that retail store allegedly failed to respond to them about online purchases. In total, customers claiming more than $13,000 worth of merchandise was not received or incorrect. The organization says the average customer lost about $111. So we decided to go to Alpha Western Wear ourselves to see what they had to say. We showed them the document that was released by the Better Business Bureau. Jesse Munez, one of the store owners, says COVID has impacted them. Since the pandemic started, they've had 20,000 orders, and since their items are handmade, it has taken them even longer to fulfill those orders.
If you go to a shop and ask them for a handmade boot, a custom-made boot, they take 3 months, 4 months to be made. So I mean, we're right in the money. I mean, it's the actual time frame.
Muniz also said that some customers who may have pre-ordered a boot can be reimbursed.
For those customers that ordered the pre-ordered boots, the custom made, and want to cancel that order, there is a 25% cancellation fee, which we did, and it's not even fine print. I mean, we even put it in capitalized, super big on the item. So I mean, it's really tough for people not to see that.
They said that they have been working long hours to get everything going back to normal. They go on to say they've had 300 more orders pending and plan to have them shipped out by the end of October. For KGNS News, Michaela Romero.
Thank you, Michaela. And the owners of the business also said that they are happy to provide Western wear to their customers every week and that they will continue striving to be their very best.
The nation is raising awareness about the rise in pedestrian and cyclist traffic deaths. A local spokesperson speaks with our Michaela Romero about their concerns and what they plan to do to stop the alarming increase.
For those of us that can drive, we grab our keys, hop in our cars, and get on about our day. In our busy lives, sometimes we don't think twice about who else may be around us. In a new report from the Texas Department of Transportation, also known as TxDOT, they say 1 in 5 of all the state traffic deaths involves pedestrians. In 2019, there were 90 traffic crashes involving pedestrians that results in 9 deaths here in Laredo. That same year were 36 traffic crashes involving cyclists with 1 death and 2 serious injuries. The local TxDOT Public Information Officer, Raul Lil, says that these numbers are shocking.
Seen this alarming trend over the past 5 years.
He says drivers aren't the only ones who need to pay attention and follow the rules.
Whether you walk or bike, Lil says to always be aware, and when you cross the street, always use the crosswalk. And if there is no sidewalk, go the direction towards traffic.
This pandemic has taught us the importance of looking after ourselves and others in our community. So we're asking the public to apply the same responsibility to safely sharing the road and obeying traffic laws.
TxDOT encourages everyone to do their part as a driver and pedestrian to bring these numbers down. For KGNS News, Michaela Romero.
All right, thanks a lot, Michaela. Now, before heading out, TxDOT reminds you to make traffic safety your #1 priority.
Welcome back. I'm Michaela Romero, and let's talk about one of the last high school football district games happening here in the Gateway City tonight. We have Ryan over at the SAC right now as LBJ and United South get ready to tackle the field. Ryan, how's it going out there?
Thank you very much, Michaela. It's finally here, rivalry week, along with some nice football weather. It took us until December to get here, but finally it's chilled out just a little bit. We're ready for the first of our 2 UISD rivalry games, back-to-back nights, bringing them to you live on KGNS. First up, United South versus LBJ. We're going to start with the Panthers. This game very big for United South. The formula, very simple. Win, and they are into the playoffs. Lose, and they're going to have to wait out tomorrow night's game between Alexander and United. So we're going to see United South come out. They are 2-3 on the season. If they can get to 3-3, they are guaranteed a playoff spot. Brian Benavides figuring to be a big part of the offense tonight. He was actually given the Dave Campbell's Texas State Farm Unsung Hero Award earlier today. That's $500 towards his schooling. Only 5 players across the entire state get that award. Now for LBJ, they are coming to this one winless. They want to play the role of spoiler tonight. They're trying to knock off their rivals, beat United South, keep them out of the playoffs. And the Wolves could really use something good to happen to them tonight. And we're going to be here live, myself and Ruben Villarreal, live on CBS Laredo. That's going to be channel 6 on Spectrum, 13 on Dish DirecTV, over there at 13.1. So tune in with us, 7 p.m. We'll have kickoff all the way to the final whistle. That's a look at things from the SAC. With that, we'll send it back to Michaela in the studio.
Thanks, Ryan. We'll be live streaming these games like you said, so don't miss out. And now we have some more on what Panthers head coach Koss has to say about tonight's game.
We're blessed that we did have to prepare for a season, that we had to a season. So I think that within our program, we are extremely blessed and honored, man, that we could at least come out and play a district season, for our seniors, obviously. And it turned out well, thank God, that we stayed healthy.
The Wolves and the Panthers kickoff is at 7, and we'll be live streaming the game, like Ryan said, on ABC over the air on channel 8.2, channel 10 on Direct, and 12 on Dish. Moving away from the field, we have some NBA basketball news for you after LeBron sealing his 2-year contract with the Lakers. AD signing off on his 5-year and a $190 million contract with the defending championship team. James and Davis both on the court this upcoming season. Davis averaging 27.7 points a game in postseason, making 57% of his shots from the floor and 38% of his three-pointers, while LeBron continuing his 20th season in the NBA. For Houston Rockets, we had a trade between them and the Washington Wizards, John Wall and Russell Westbrook, in exchange for each other. Russell leaving the Rockets, who averaged 27 points per game last season, playing 878 games in his career. While John Wall had been dealing with an Achilles injury, didn't play this season, but has 573 games under his belt, and we'll see the two teams if the two teams can adapt the new players and develop that chemistry that a winning team needs. And moving on to some college hoops, we had the Texas Longhorns taking on North Carolina Tar Heels, battling it out on the court Wednesday. It was a back-and-forth battle for the Texas Longhorns and the Tar Heels all the way through as the Longhorns lead the way. North Carolina right behind them every step of the way. By the very last quarter, the timer was running through, seconds spare, 67-67. We have Longhorns' Matt Coleman with the buzzer beater three-pointer winning shot, leading Texas to top North Carolina 69-67. And that wraps it up for sports for now. We'll be right back.